It's time! Global is finally fucking here. So, one thing that everyone wants to do at the start, obviously, is power up their units pretty quickly. And as you can see, I've got some leveled up units. Not too many, I haven't had too much time with Global yet. But as you know, I do play JP a lot. So, how you level up units efficiently. Right now, there is an event, okay? That, let me go to event, you go on the swords, you click event, you go here, and you go on this event, okay? It moves you to the stage. I've already done my attempts, but you can do the stage and they give you XP pots. I haven't been able to do this one yet. You have to get stronger. You just have to be stronger to clear this one. I wasn't strong enough yet, so I just cleared this one. But the higher you go, the more XP potions they give you, obviously. So this one gives you 4-star and 3-star guaranteed, with a chance of the 5-star ones. So that's really, really good. If you're strong enough to clear this, you can really just benefit from this event. You can do it 5 times a day, resets in 14 hours. Pretty good. So you want to do that, and after you've done that, after you're out of your tries, you want to go back to your warhead, click the swords, click battle, then go to special dungeon. Okay, this is going to be your best friend for the most part. And you want to look at what farmers you have, okay? So on screen right now, boom, I'll show you all the farmers that are in the game from the start. So there's Blue Gother, okay, who is AoE. He does weak point. That means if they're debuffed, he does triple damage, and he also debuffs everyone. So his kit actually works pretty well for farming. He also has a really monstrous high attack stat, which is really good for this. So he's definitely a good choice for farming, especially if you pair him up with someone else I'll get to in a minute. Actually, I'll get to him now, which is Weinhardt. He's also blue. So you can just go here and you can just go on the red stage, red XP stage, and you get your way up there to the higher difficulties. I've done the blue one a little bit. You want to do that, and you want to go like as high as you can. Like I can still clear this. I can maybe clear the next one as well. So you want to keep leveling up your units so you keep getting stronger. So first units you want to work on as well are your farmers, because those are your best friends for the start. So Gother, yeah, great option. Does good damage, debuffs. Then Weinhardt, what he does is he has both his attack cards are AoE attack cards, and both of them are pretty good. His second one disables attack, which is also a debuff. So if you have both him and Gother, you don't even need to use a second skill, and he'll just pop off on them. And his other skill, this one, is also just pretty good. Just does damage. You don't really have to, like, the stances, you don't really care. But good farmer, you know, 320 attack is really good for an SR. And if you get his passive, which requires you to have 16,000 CP on him alone, which at the start of the game is kind of unreasonable, but once you get him, that passive, this is really fucking good as well. So yeah, those two are the best blue ones, and probably okay, there's the N2, which I will showcase. She's the best one out of those three, by the way. And you get her for free from the story. So anyone that gotten far enough in the story can do the red XP stage pretty easily. Okay, and the book stage too, which I'll get to in a sec. So she's really good for this, because she does rupture, which means if they're buffed, she does double damage. Yeah, and she also has really good single target, and she also increases her attack by 6% of every turn if you get her passive, which with an SSR is more reasonable, but it's still kind of tough to get. Okay, unless you know what you're doing, it's going to be kind of tough to get, especially at the start. So yeah, you get her for free at Story Chapter 4. Or you can buy her from the shop. Don't do that. Like, if you have SSR coins, save them. Trust me, save them. The best unit is about to get added there. Then for red farmers we have Hauser, who is kind of like Weinhardt, as in he has both AoE attacks, but his one are just so much better. First of all, he has an SSR, so he has better stats. His passive, which if you get it, it's pretty good, increases base stats, and he also he has a higher crit chance on one of them, and on this he triples his penetration, so you just ignore defense. Okay, and his pierce rate. Okay, if I say penetration, that means pierce rate. Alright, so he's really good as well. So if you have any of them, they're pretty good. Let me look if there's a green one. I don't think there is. Elaine has an AoE, but I wouldn't consider her a farmer. Same with Helbram, there's just no... They just aren't really farmers. Yeah, so green wise, we don't really have one yet. There will be a great one added soon to the coin shop, but for now she has an AoE, so she'll work, but you're probably better off with blue, especially since one of them is free to play and the other one is an SR. Okay, so you farm your XP, you level your characters up, but you want to get stronger, obviously. The next step is to awaken them, evolve them, yeah? Which you need to farm books for, which book farming is the same as XP farming. You go into the stage that you want to get your stuff in, the books for. So Whiteheart needs blue books, so I want to do the blue book stage. Now, let's say I have Hauser, and I'm not really capable of clearing the higher book stages here for blue. I'm much more confident with the green one. That's fine. If you go to your tavern, well, I don't have it unlocked yet, but there, King, if you're far enough in the story, King will be here, and you can transform your green books into blue books, your blue books into red books, your red books into blue books, your red books into green books, blah 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 blah, whatever. So you can do that, which is pretty good. So you want to awaken them. The pendants you just get for playing. Like, just keep playing, you'll get them, okay? At this point, they're not really that important. So yeah, also SSRs, as you can tell, they need a little bit more books. So they require a little more farming, but it's all worth it in the end. And after a certain amount of time, you'll get there. So this is how you level up units efficiently. There's also one more thing with the leveling up, which is your supports. Since you don't just want to level up your main units, you want to level up your supports as well, so they provide more stats. And if you're struggling with CC, that your CC isn't high enough, make sure you've got gear on your character, okay? So my Melius has this gear, which I just gave him like some random gear. My Weinhardt has this gear, which is also, like I said in my gear video, if you haven't seen it, which a lot of people missed because like it came out right as when Global came out. 2 defense, 4 attack pieces, perfect. So that he hits harder and it's easier for me to clear. Other than that, that's actually pretty much it for leveling up characters. You just want to do the stages all the time. If you're far enough in the story as well, which sadly, like I said, I'm not. This thing will be open, and this contains an XP stage as well, which has you use these event dungeon keys, and they drop a lot more. Okay, they go up to much higher difficulty, but they drop a lot more, and this is also the main place where you get your pendants from. Now you just want to do these, get your pendants, do these, get your pendants, and also the materials that you also get from there. So this is your best friend in this game, okay? Right. So other than that, this is pretty much how you level up units. If you have any more questions, you can ask me. But other than that, maybe later on today, if not tomorrow, I will drop a showcase for this Diane, since I have her maxed out on JP. I'll just showcase her. She works the same way. Everything's the same. She works the same way on she works the same way. It's just the fucking same unit. So I'll showcase her tomorrow or today, since most of you will probably be at this part of the story already, since all of you are crackheads and you play this game like there's no tomorrow. I'll probably get her, like, as soon as this video ends. I'll just pop off in story. Other than that, if you've gotten far enough in story, if you have any other questions for the game, let me know. I'll make more guides, obviously. This is part 3 of the beginner's guide. If I didn't forget, there will be a playlist down below that links you to all my to part 1, part 2, and now this part 3, and then future parts if you're watching this in the future. But if I didn't, then just go on my channel and you'll just see them, because I'm just uploading these daily now, back to back, part 1, part 2, part 3. That's pretty much it. Yeah, if you've got any questions, let me know. Yeah, that's it for the leveling up guide. There isn't much to it, but a lot of people just want to know what the most efficient way is. So don't forget the event, really important. And yeah, that's gonna be it for me. Ciao.